All right. I think we're ready to go. So, yeah. Hi. I'm playing Faery Legends of Avalon. It's a older game. It was released in 2010 for the PlayStation and Xbox. And then later, 2015, it was released on PC. And getting it to work on Windows 11 was not the smoothest experience. In fact, it was rather annoying. There was a lot of 404 pages for the fixes. But it's a very charming little game when I played it the first time. And I loved how gritty it was. So that was a lot of fun. So, let's get started. So we're gonna start a new character. I like that it's never okay, it's just validate for all your options. And as you can see, you can create your own custom character. The customization is not great, but I did very much enjoy it when I first played this game. Especially for a smaller game, it had quite nice character customization for its time. And as you can see, we are a fairy. I do really love how they don't look, how should I put it, entirely pleasant. They are a bit bug-eyed, a bit weird, still beautiful enough to look at, but definitely not conventionally fairy-like in their appearance. That has become more common in later years, to make fairies actually fairy-ish, make them kind of more nightmarish than anything else. So I think we're gonna go for this skin color. I think these are a bit too scary options, but you can do a lot of variations with them. If you want to go full on elemental spirit, you can. Now I do like these eye markings. One thing that I find annoying with the controls is that the right click is go back one menu. I don't know why. And it frustrates me just a little bit because I keep nudging it. But anyway, let's see what we can do here. I do like the idea of going full on member of Kiss. But let's see here. I think I don't really have a plan with my character. So let's just... I like the idea of orange because if I remember correctly, I enjoyed playing my character with a thunder orientation. And also I really like orange. It's a very good color. I like it when a character creator doesn't stop you from going beyond the limits of what looks right. I kind of like the wide apart eyes. It fits the kind of unpleasant vibe we're going for. I kind of want to give her really big eyes. Although that's kind of nice too, actually. She looks a bit too normal though. So let's make them huge. I like that. I like some sharp eyebrows. The character creation was good enough for me to go back to it over and over. I remember I used to make several characters. Although if I remember correctly, you can only have one save file at a time. So I kept deleting my characters over and over. Now we like some prominent cheekbones, don't we? She's definitely starting to look Fae-like. And I do like that. I like the sharp angles. I'm not gonna go with something crazy this time. Just something that's relatively nice to look at. And I do like ear customizations. But overall, I think we're not gonna spend too much time with the customization, because I genuinely could be here for an hour and just tweak things. I've done it before, and I will do it again. I remember going absolute ham with the makeup when I first played it. Yeah, I'm gonna be here all day if I don't stop myself, so let's just say that this is a good face. As for the hair, this is kind of nice, isn't it? It's very... how should I put it? I like the fact that it resembles branches of a tree. But I actually kinda like the low-keyness of this one. So let's go with that. And let's see here. I mean, I kinda like that. Let's just go with this. And so you who know me, you will know who I'm going for. Yeah, this is good. This is good. Long ago, magic pervaded the world and fairies lived among men. They inspired countless tales and myths 'Twas an age of legends. From the Isle of Avalon, King Oberon reigned over a population as diverse as the dreams of men, and every land whirred with the sound of fairy wings. But man began to doubt the fairy kingdom and, little by little, dismissed this as childish or demonic. Man eventually retreated into a daily routine in which magic had no place. So Oberon decided to remove his people to enclaves on the edges of the human world, and the fairies became no more to them than age-old memories existing only in fairy tales and in works of poets and visionaries. But when magic left the world, the fairy kingdoms began disappearing one by one, until one day. The text is going a little bit too quick for me. Oh, her eyes are huge, I love that. And here she is. Yeah, I like her. And here's our first friends. Oberon was right. The crystal broke open. Yes, and Amber has awakened. We must take her to the king. The king wishes to speak with her. Yes, the king awaits. But can she fly? I'm flying right now. I'm sure she can. You never forget how to fly, even after centuries of stasis. You're probably right. All you have to do is direct your gaze where you want to go with your mouse and fly forward with W or by right-clicking. I'm sure she'll make it. Go ahead, Marlu. I stay and keep her company. When we catch up with you, then you may approach the king. Great, I'll wait for you halfway. Don't dilly-dally along the way. Oh, I'm gonna dilly-dally. The Awakening. To move to the desired direction, press W or right-click. To change direction, aim where you want to go with your mouse. That's easy enough. But I am a little bit annoyed with how the conversations move so fast. So I'm gonna see if there is like some sort of auto scroll or something that we can disable, because I don't want to read as fast as they want me to read. But it doesn't seem to be an option, so we're just gonna have to manage. So this is one of our friends, and here's the Isle of Avalon. And I really, what did I tell you? Of course she remembers. She flies like an eagle. You're right. Shall I go ahead of you? Yes, we'll carry on to the peak of the tower. There we shall brief you for your audience with the king. Yes, we're gonna dilly-dally. We're gonna dilly-dally for a bit. Because this is very nostalgic to me. The textures are so bad. But dang, this... oh, I remember it so well and I loved it. And yes, we can zoom around. This was my favorite part of this whole game. Oh, come on. I want to go elsewhere. I don't care if Oberon will not be pleased. Yeah, they really overestimated the text. Because this is a lot of text to read in a few seconds. Especially if you want to be like in the moment about it. I like to do voices if I can. But doing voices is difficult when you don't have much time. And here's Oberon. Here we are, so close to the king. You must remind her of the protocol, Marlu. I never really grasped all the intricacies of court etiquette. Our friend once knew it like the back of her hand, but we'd better go over the essentials so she doesn't make a goblin of herself. I wanna make a goblin! What more can one expect after being in slumbers for so long? I don't even have time to say something in between. Yes, we should go up to someone and left click on them. That's the proper etiquette apparently. And yes, Oberon is definitely husband material. Just look at them. I like a man with big horns. I am at least glad that their dialogue at the moment is basically just here's how you talk to people. I don't want to jump ahead in the next sentence. I want to take it easy right now. So, Oberon, what up? Amber, here you are among us once again, awakened from your slumber. I am sorry to have interrupted your dream, but I fear our need for you is grave. Ah, finally, we have a pause in the form of a dialogue wheel. Oh, thank you. I do enjoy reading it actually. So, Stasis awakening. Yeah, let's go with awakening. How did you awake me from my slumber, and why? I summoned a magic of yore, and it was easy to break the stasis. If it had been other fairy folk asleep on Avalon, they too would have woken. So we're alone, apparently, on the island of Avalon. Well, alone in our sleep. It doesn't quite make sense, does it? Stasis. Do you not recall? You decided to leave us long, long ago. Ah, how memory plays such cruel tricks on us when we are nestled in our own dreams. Leave you? Leave you, but I was imprisoned within a crystal, asleep. You were not imprisoned, it's what we call stasis. You remember the wizard Merlin? Weary of this world, he too withdrew, except he withdrew to the world of men. What do you need of me, Oberon? Why? What happened? The magic of the world had been gradually fading. Perhaps you recall how, as you were falling asleep, the first signs of this weakening had already appeared? I like that you have the option of no memory or I remember, parentheses, lie. Let's tell him we have no memory. It's all a blur. I recall nothing. The shock of the awakening was too sudden, no doubt. It will come back. Anyway, the magic has now faded so much that only a few worlds remain. The worlds where legends were strongest. Tell me more or Negilence. We have Paragon or Renegade options here. Let's be nice. Tell me more. That's terrifying. How do things stand today? The magic has sadly faded so drastically that the portals leading to these realms of legend have also disappeared. Only 3 remain, and they are fading fast. If we do not act, the fairy kingdom will soon expire. I do get a bit stressed because I don't know if his dialogue is going to switch to another sentence or if the dialogue wheel is going to help me out and give me a few moments to breathe. So I keep reading at least the first bit really fast and run out of air. And now we can ask him if he did nothing. I think he's gonna be mad about that. But as the portal vanished, was nothing done to prevent their disappearance? Of course, some tried to reach the worlds on the other side and never returned. The mist became more destructive than ever, and they must have been devoured. The mist? Mist? What kind of mist? 'Tis true, when you left the mist was but a vague idea, but now it has replaced the world's magic, threatening to kill all of the fairy folk. Bit by bit it has devoured our kingdom. Some believe it is the manifestation of the sadness in the hearts of man. Oh, we're fucked then. Why me? But what can I possibly do to fight this thing? Believe me, I fought long and hard before awakening you. I wondered whether I had the right, but we need you. We need your ingenuity. And then I thought that if we must die, you would rather be here, eyes open, fighting with all your might to prevent it. Maybe I wanted to go quietly in my sleep, Oberon. Maybe that's what was the whole idea. Okay, or no choice. Let's just be complacent about it. Very good. Now tell me, what do you want from me? You shall traverse to the strongest portal to discover what has jeopardized these realms of legend, but before doing so, you must gather companions for your journey. Could never send you alone. To do so would be folly. Do I look like I need a nanny? Yeah, let's take that one. Oberon loves us a bit less. And there lie the limits of your faith in me. Do you think I need some nanny to hold my hand? Your powers had indeed been dulled during stasis, but no matter. I simply wish to stack our chances of success as highly as possible in our favor. 3 heads are better than 1. You can support each other. What do you have in mind, or who do you have in mind? I have no one in mind. Oh, great help you are. It's up to you to find the beings most suited for your quest. Tour the island, talk with its folk, and find 2 fairies who will be willing to accompany you. Very well. I shall form my team. Yeah, I want that chest. I love how the graphics are really... yeah, you can tell it's from 2010. So, let's see in our inventory. We got some equipment. And we got some iron equipment. And that is just a little bit of increase in magic, which is good enough. So now we can finally explore without the smaller fairies ruining everything for us. And this is probably what made me fall in love with the game the first time I saw it. The fact that you can really just fly around and you can zoom around and you can just enjoy exploring the entire thing to your heart's content. And I love that it doesn't look necessarily pretty. It's very much like the fairy folklore of my time. I named my character Amber, which to circadian rhythm, she will know what I'm talking about. So here we have mustard seed. Well, I be jiggered. You awakened. You've been in stasis ever since I was a toddler. It must be weird breathing this iron, all right? So, what can I do for you? I'm gonna try doing voices. I feel like this is the kind of game I don't think I will endure reading everything if I don't do voices. I wish to ask you some questions. Fire away, boss. Companion. The king asked me to find companions to accompany me from beyond the mirrors. Oh, that's just like our king, it is. But if he reckons we're ready to leave our lovely jubbly beds, he's flipped his nut. Let him go himself, that's what I say. I think he has a point. Oh, he's so ugly, I love him. And by ugly I mean ugly cute. Anyone else? Do you know of anyone who would be willing to accompany me? I don't mean to be a reader two-shoes, but I don't know no one who's flipped in the nut enough to be passing through mirrors or that sort. Best of Faery, do you, I say? Yeah, I don't think he's gonna help us. So, let's see here. Yeah, we got our little friends here. I love that they're just smaller versions of a fairy. That's fitting. Hey, Marilis, there's our friend. The king has spoken to him. Him? Excuse me. Yes, Marilu, she has a great mission to accomplish. It is said that she shall save Avalon. Perhaps we should try to help her. Would you care for some assistance, my friend? Not really, you misgendered me to my face. I wouldn't mind some answers. We're all ears. The king asked me to find companions to accompany me beyond the mirrors. Would you like to join me? What? Us? We've never been too fond of the unknown. And anyway, we're much too small to be of any help. There must be more fairy beings in Avalon who'd be delighted to go with you. Can you think of anyone, Marylis? Perhaps you should go see Asiel. He loves a good adventure. Great idea! I do believe last time I saw him was on the beach near the Goblin's Cave. You should go see him, Amber. Thank you. That will have to be enough from you two. Rude ass little buggers. Yeah, whenever I meet a nice fairy friend, I don't want them to misconstrue who I am. Like, that's the whole point of meeting other fairies. Arashni. Hello, I'm Arashni. Who are you? Present yourself. Ooh, kinky. I'm Amber. I'm only recently awoken from stasis. Pleased to meet you. What can I do for you? I do have a few questions. Go ahead. Asiel. Where's Asiel? Someone told me about Asiel. Do you know where I can find him? Asiel? That's a great idea. I didn't think of him, but he'd only be too willing. He was near the beach last time I saw him. You didn't think of him? The dialogue is a bit wonky, because everyone seems to be on the same page as each other, so to speak. Cheerio. Thank you for liking my voices. I'm very eager to do voices, and I do make a good old lady, if I do say so myself. Maris, yes. So, Amber, it's been a long time, huh? Not too shook up, I hope? A bit. Truth be told, I am a bit lost. I can't remember much about anyone or anything. Ah, that's funny. In the great unlikelihood you've forgotten who I am Mercius. I've been here for years and years. Ever since the Arcadia mirror went down. If there's anything you need, I'd only be too happy to help. I remember being very fond of this guy. Well, in that case, could you answer a question or two for me? I'd be happy to help you, my dear, as long as I know the answer, that is. Yeah, he has this sort of... He could be hot, but he could also be not. It's just that the graphical limitations means that we don't know his Schrödinger's hotness. So, let's ask about Avalon. What can you tell me about the island? Avalon's pretty calm, especially now that the mirrors are nearly all down. Before, when King Oberon shared court with Titania, there was always a storm on the horizon. But now the king spends most of his time stroking his beard and lamenting his lost kingdom. Tell me more. There are few inhabitants left in the villa, the old fishermen at the point, and them good-for-nothing goblins in the dragon's cave. There are also trolls that come strolling in from time to time, always looking for trouble. But lately things have been calm. God, I wish that were me. Much obliged. May I ask you another question? I'd be happy to help you, my dear, as long as I know the answer. That's just a repeat. Let's ask him about Arcadia. Did you say Arcadia? Where is that? Ah, Arcadia, my dear, is an old fairy world, but it disappeared long ago. It was magnificent. You should have seen the trickling stream, the luxuriant trees, and the nymphs. Oh, those nymphs! What a sight to behold! I shall always miss Arcadia. Are you just pent up, my friend? Do you need me to hire a nymph for you? Was that a tiny little fairy that just passed us by? Listen, I'm gonna I'm gonna leave him alone. I think he needs some alone time. Oh, let's see here. I think there was something to find around here, but I don't remember quite what it was. Ah yes, here we go. I played through this game so many times that I still, 12 years later, remember some of the secrets. That's a good sign, isn't it? And I do love this little thing. Look how... That's scary! I actually jumped a little bit when it stood up. I am so small, and that is just a normal seagull, but if you know anything about seagulls, you know to stay away when they get angry. And here's another chest. Boots of iron. Excellent. And as you can see, you do get the armor visually on your character. And this is the core of the customer characterization in this game. Your abilities will be mostly from your equipment. And that's, for me, a very nice way of doing it, because I like the idea that it really is your legendary armors and stuff like that that confer abilities. So in order to build your character, you will have to use your equipment to the right abilities. So if I remember correctly, if you have one item that gives you thunder magic, then that gives you level 1 thunder magic. If you have 2, it gives you level 2, if I remember correctly, but I could be wrong. So and some abilities will change your appearance as well. So right now we have the default appearance, but then some magics will give you different kind of wings. You can have auras, I think. There was a lot of things to do. Ooh, another chest. Light healing potions. Excellent. Validate that. Yeah, let's go see him. Let's go see our pal Aziel. Yes, monarch wings are a possibility if I remember correctly. So I think I should be going for that. Help! The goblins are attacking! Aziel. This guy is our buddy. Are you Aziel? I have been looking for you. Indeed, I am he, but presentations can wait. These goblins will tear me to pieces if you don't help me. I don't know what kind of voice to give him. He's too normal. I need to refresh my memory. How to fight. I will gladly help, but how do I fight? That's a great way to ask people. Come hither. I shall explain as we go along. Come hither, huh? Okay, okay. And then you have two options. Okay, Paragon and okay, Renegade. I suppose it's a bit of a change into tone. Hang in there, I'm coming. Also kinky. I do think that these little goblins are the most adorable ugly things. It's up to you to act. Select the action you wish to perform, just browse the menu with your mouse. To cancel your choice, select the cancel option. Carry on. Every action costs a certain number of points, which are shown by stars next to the action names. Tell me more. For now you only have one action point, but you will earn more later. Then you can combine several swift actions or choose one slow but powerful action. Tell me more. The actions you select appear in the bar above the menu. For each action, you must choose a target, unless it's a group action. Tell me more. Your target appears highlighted. To change target, select the character with your mouse or select their name in the interface. I do kinda like it when tutorials do this, and they're like trying to build this immersive world and be like, fly over here, pick up this chest, attack this goblin, use the interface. It always is a bit jarring in a fun way for me. Keep telling me more. Once you have chosen all your actions and their target, you will perform them one after another. Are you ready? Tell me more, apparently. If the battles seem either too easy or too hard, you may adjust the difficulty of the game anytime from the settings menu. Pause, help and options. Settings. Tell me more. Are you ready? Explain again! No, please don't. Yes. They are very polite little goblins waiting for you like this. So here we have the combat system. It's a basic RPG, so let's attack. I just look at him. Oh, he doesn't deserve to get hurt, does he? He's left with a fish. Yeah, that's just rude. I suppose now we can kill him. You've been hit. It's only a light wound. It will not stop you fighting. Tell me more. Pay attention to your life gauge. When it looks too low, use an action to apply a healing potion. You will find your potions in the object column of your action menu. Tell me more. If by chance you fall during combat, all is not lost. As long as you have one companion standing, the fight will continue, especially if you ask them for a reanimation elixir. This will put you back on your feet in an instant. I'm getting tired of being told more. When you have several companions, you must pay attention to them during combat and heal them or reanimate them, just as you would for yourself. Now I must leave you to fight. Attack! Hey, it's Feral! Yeah, now he deserves it. He slapped me in the face with a fish. Oh, the poor thing went away. They're young water goblins. I do think that there is an older water goblin and they are not as cute. But I do love these little faces. I mean, look at them. No. Oh, I feel terrible. Yeah, it's a party now. Circadian rhythm, feral hair. My two besties. Thank you for helping me. You have a mean hand in battle. Oh, my pleasure. Or idiot. I mean, let's just be polite. Hey, the EV Tamer is here. Thank you for checking in. The EV Tamer helped me out earlier, so be nice to them. I have come to explore the old Dragon's Cave. There may be objects that could save Avalon, but the place has been overrun with goblins, and they're not too pleased with others to show up uninvited. A cave? The cave of which you speak. Was it really the Dragon's Cave? Yes, the dragons once dwelled there, but they left when the magic faded, and now the cave is practically in ruins. I'm sure we can still find something interesting there. Do you wish to accompany me? I mean, it's a dragon's cave. I will always go into something that is a dragon's anything. Don't read too much into that. I shall come with you, but do you agree to accompany on my own quest afterwards? I will need companions. With pleasure. I can't wait to go beyond the mirrors. Just standing idly by while the magic winds drives me crazy. You can count on me. Perfect. Let's go. So, I think we have to do his quest before he will let us go anywhere. So, yeah, let's check it out. Let's check out the Dragon's Cave. Which is a bit of a funny name when you think about dragons, because I really like the idea that cave is huge to us. But you saw the seagull earlier and how big this island really is. This island is little more than a shallow rock in the ocean. So this little cave, I think a human being can fit their foot in there. Yes, EV Tamer, we hear dragons. We're playing Faery Legends of Avalon. And it's a game that I played when I was younger. And it's a lovely little game about myths. We must be on our guard now. The place is truly infested with goblins. Considering the welcome they have already given us, I doubt they'll let us visit without making their presence felt. Caution or coward. I'm the kind of person who feels bad when I insult people in game, so we're gonna be nice to him for now. We must err on the side of caution. They must not take us by surprise. Pass through the cage to reach the treasure. Yeah, it would be funny if it was just an iguana. Which is actually the case in one of my favorite movies. It's an old movie from the either 70s or 80s. And it was a B movie, so they didn't have any form of any special effects, basically. So when the hero has to fight the dragons, they just filmed an iguana close up, and it was glorious. Here we have some of the skill tree, and here's where we can customize our character's appearance further. So now we have the option to metamorphosize our upper wings. So we can be a dragonfly, in which case we will have fireball. We can be a butterfly with lightning discharge. We can be a bird with tornado. Now I think I want to go with the butterfly because I like butterflies and I think that lightning is a good choice because I think Aziel has tornado magic, and if I remember right, there is a element function with the weaknesses and strengths and all that. And I do remember that there is one companion that I absolutely loved that has fireball magic. And I think you can change this as you wish later. I don't remember, but I think so. So now we have the upper part of a butterfly's wing. Isn't that lovely? So let's continue to hurt these adorable little arseholes. So now we have lightning discharge magic. Oh, that was his magic. So I was wrong. He does not have wind magic, and now we both have lightning magic. Ah well. I think there's not much point in using magic for these guys. That will just waste our energy most of the time. They look so pitiful. I hope they just faint like in Pokemon. And then they go back home to their mama. I don't know if you can hear it because I turned the volume quite down, but they sound so adorable. They go like yeah, he should have wind magic with those wings, because that's what I would have gotten if I got feather wings. But apparently I don't play by the same rules as him. So, yes, crabs. The ultimate species. Crabs, and they do not seem pleased with our presence here. There's no pleasing anyone in this place. I mean, we came in here and started kicking butt. So, what's our strategy? It would seem you have already encountered them. Do you know how to defeat them? I have already fought crabs on the beach, but they mostly beat me. Oh, great. With their shells, my arrow cannot harm them. Magic! Have you tried magic? Perhaps their shells are only for show. You may be right. They have a natural defenses, but they must also have some kind of weakness. Plus, I have a new magic attack up my sleeve. Let's go. Let's try it out. We shall see what those crabs are made of. Well, mostly crabs are made out of food. Not for me, because I can't have shellfish, but... So now we're getting some tutorial about how magic and physical attacks have different strengths and weaknesses. And Asiel is getting his ass kicked. Yeah, it's very nice that you kind of forget sometimes when you're used to other games that you're not walking, you are flying, and that becomes such a part of the liberating feeling that I loved with this exploration. That there is really the only thing stopping you from going anywhere is invisible walls or barriers that are otherwise hindering your movement. But if you find something on a roof, you can just go on a roof. And I miss that kind of freedom in many games. So, here we go. Let's go with... Let's take out the crab first. I don't remember if this game required a particular amount of grinding or not. I think I could manage most of the game without any particular hold-ups. But I also do remember that one boss gave me a considerable amount of trouble, so I'm not actually sure. I still find them so pitiful, the poor little buggers. Yeah, they are so cute. And they do have those little noses that looks kinda like snouts, don't they? So now we can metamorphose further. Now we can choose our head, or our horns, or our tracks. Oh no, now that's a bit of a difficult question, isn't it? Because on one hand, I really like both of these. Let's see if there are different ones. We can learn rock or ice magic if we go with a trail. We can use ram projectiles. Or we can get a tattoo for power or endurance. So here's... I don't really like the head customizations at the moment, because they interfere with my makeup. And my makeup was on point. So let's see here. I think a trail would be better right now, because that has debuffs. And I think our rock attack would be good, because it's lowering defenses. Yeah, you should always go with looks over logistics. Especially in a game that is as pretty as this. So we're going with trail, and as you can see, there's some leaves falling behind me now when I fly. It's gonna be more visible when we get out of the cave. We get some potions. Oh, here we have an older one. You now have 2 action points. You can launch 2 attacks per round or more powerful attacks that use up 2 action points once you have learned how. Do we have any advice? What do you suggest? Should I attack twice or focus my actions on launching a stronger spell? Each combat is different according to the situation and type of enemy. It's up to you to find the right combination. Let's just attack. So we have a shaman goblin here. I think we want to get rid of that one. But let's use one to go with that. And one like so. And let's try the rock attack on the crab. That's cute of it. You have been the victim of a weakening spell. There are many evil spells afoot to undermine your fate. Fortunately, they all have their antidote. What's the antidote? What are these antidotes? Can they be learned? Yes, learning mastery of white magic should be within your grasp, and you will gain bonuses for yourself and members of your group. Yeah, let's just go. We understand what a debuff is. Again, I find them so adorable. But there is actually a romance function in this game. I think there are 2 characters that are romanceable for each gender. I don't remember if there were same-sex options. They're not very intricate romances exactly, it's just dialogue. But I did enjoy it a bunch. I remember that I romanced Aziel during my first playthrough, and I was surprised to learn that you could. And then I had a bit of an issue, because sometimes when I replayed the game, since I liked Aziel, I was always nice to him. But there's no greater depth to the romance system, if I remember correctly. So I kept getting to the point where he confesses his love to me before I even started the main quest, because I just kept being nice to him. You can buy this on Steam. It's I think it's fairly cheap. It should be on Steam at least, and there is a bit of an issue with getting it to work. I had to install a NVIDIA legacy driver in order to get it functioning, and I had to rename a file in the Steam folder. It wasn't as complicated as getting some older games to work, but they were still not just plug and play. But it should be relatively easy to get it going, and honestly, if you are willing to put that work in, I do recommend this game. Just as a fun little... It's not a very long game. An egg! It must be a dragon egg. That looks like a larva. I can't believe it's still here after all this time. The magic of the great worms is so powerful that anything is possible. We should take it with us. Perhaps we can get it hatched. But yeah, if you can get KOTOR working, you can do anything. Honestly, KOTOR and games like Sims 1, if you can get that to work on Windows 11, nothing is gonna scare you. I think this game is at least under $20. I would be very surprised if it was more than that. And the only thing that's sad about it is that it is actually technically unfinished. because it has a beginning, middle, and end, but it ends on a cliffhanger. And the studio never picked it up again. So while it does have a full story, and it's technically a whole adventure, I did feel a bit sad when I realized that they were never gonna make a sequel to it. But still, if you like mythology, if you like Western mythology and the Fey lands and everything about that, yeah, absolutely try this out. And well, getting it to work is half the battle, Evie. Let's take the egg. That shall be no easy feat, but you are right. We are bound to find some use for it. If nothing else, a good omelette. It would be wonderful if we could... Wait! Something is coming. What? What could it be? Not more goblins. No, a very big crab. There's a giant crab blocking our escape route. They are mean and vicious creatures. I don't see how we can possibly avoid it. Get a human to pick them up. It's so easy to get rid of crabs. Unless, of course, you need medical attention. We have no choice. We must attack. And again, I really love that you're a tiny little fairy. And your enemies are these, well, regular animals often. So there are times when you play that you're just... You feel so overwhelmed by the size. I mean, this isn't a big crab, but its shell is as wide as we are tall. And this comes into play more often as the story goes on. You get to meet some really fascinating enemies. In particular, one that I remember scared the shit out of me. Look, the large crab has retreated and sought refuge behind the front line. Now it will be less vulnerable to our attacks. Behind the front line. Are crabs the only ones capable of such tactical moves? That's a good question. Of course not, Amber. You too can seek refuge further back, or you can order one of our team to drop back. But remember, while combatants in the rear are partly shielded, their attacks are also less effective. Attack! Yeah, the music in this game is also very charming. It's a very lovely little game. It's definitely a game that I wish I had seen more of, both from these developers and in style in general, because I really enjoyed the it's the wrong word to use about myths, but a more realistic take on fairies. Like, most of the time these days when we see fairies, like I said earlier, it has gotten better over the years. We've seen a sort of resurgence of unpleasant fairies. But most of the time when you talk to at least a normal person, the first thing they think of when they think fairies is Tinkerbell. And while this game doesn't so much... It doesn't not go for Tinkerbell vibes, it definitely also doesn't avoid the original mythos about fairies and goblins and trolls and things like that. It was probably the first game that I played that did such a thing, actually. Because there's not much popularity for fairies. Honestly, they've been the poor bastards have been woobified, basically. But you know, as a queer person, I think that fairies should reclaim the fact that they were monsters. We are starting to lose some health here. We are... Let's see here. We should have some light healing potions. Yeah, that should help. Let's see here. Let's get rid of... Oh, I hit that one. Oh well. So as far as the combat goes, as you can see, it's fairly basic as far as RPGs go. It gets a bit more complicated towards the end, but it's very easy to pick up, and if you played other RPGs, you're not gonna be particularly surprised by anything. Would you please? We're living on a small rock in the middle of the ocean. I think we are killing the entire local crab population at the moment. Asiel is getting pretty hurt here, but we should be able to power through. Yeah, it is kind of like the SOS system in Pokemon Sun and Moon. Except that I doubt that if we keep going long enough, I don't think we're gonna find a shiny crab. But there we go, we finally got it down. It's the ugliest dragon egg I've ever seen. I thank you for following me into that cave. That cave? This cave. I am pleased we went, even if we know not what to make use of this egg. Just speak too old-fashioned sometimes, as you'll get confused. Long had I been eager to search this place, and without you it would never have been possible. I have my own agenda, or you're welcome. I mean, think nothing of it. You were right. It was worth it. So what now? Time for the mirrors? Yeah, we should probably talk to Oberon and find a second companion first. Must I go with you? The king and I don't really see eye to eye. Come. You must come with me. He asked me to find companions, and he will only give my mission his blessing once he has met you. Like, here we have it. I've just been nice to him in his introductory quest, and he's already going like, I don't know how to say this. I have never met anyone like you. I've been meaning to... Here, this is for you. Thank you, I'm touched. And he gave me a headband. That's nice of him. And we have a nice little healing headband we could get here. But on the other hand, the iron headband helps us with our physical attacks and poison. And I don't think that we're gonna make her our healer, so let's go with the iron headband. Here we go. And one thing that I don't like about the movement and flying and everything like that, it's dependent on where you look. So turning around can sometimes disorient you more than it helps you find your way. So let's see here. Is that a bottle or who knows? I remember this being a quest that you have to do with the fisherman. Bron the fisherman. Well, I never. A visitor. Hello there, new on the island, are we? I don't think I've ever seen you around here before. Hello. Hello, I'm Amber. I was in stasis in a crystal on the island and I've just been awakened. Ah, the sleeping crystal girl, eh? Golden slumber, kiss your eyes, smiles await you when you rise. Sorry. Anything you wish to talk about? Yeah, sure, I have questions. Sure, what do you wanna— Please don't appear this close to me without warning. Avalon. What can you tell me about the island? Well, I know it's an island. 4 sides, water all around. That's good enough for me. Is that all? There's probably more, but I'm sure others are better qualified than I to tell you the ins and outs in Avalon. Yeah, that's true. I think maybe we need to talk to Oberon before we continue. In which case, let's just go up right away. I actually don't remember who the second companion is. I think it's a troll. And best part is, I think he's a nerd. Here's Marlene. Good day, and what are you doing here? I'm exploring. Ah, it's you. Now I understand. How can I help you? I guess we have questions. Fire away! Help. You look like you need help. Can I be of assistance? No, I wanted help. What I need is a nice soft bed for the night. A crab shell would be perfect, but I can't face the crabs. The pincers terrify me. Ever since the idea came to me, I have not stopped thinking of it. But I know it's impossible. Perhaps I could confront the crabs for you, in exchange for something. Would you do that for me? I would give you a delectable crown I found if you could bring me a nice, soft, comfortable crab shell. I don't know how to tell you this, honey, but crab shells are not soft. Unless you're talking about soft shell crabs, I guess. Although, are they soft, or is that just a name? This is what I mean with how it's a bit annoying with the direction. Okay, Oberon. Asiel, what is the meaning of this? Do you take yourself as some kind of hero? I have received complaints from the goblins of the old dragon cave. They are furious at your intrusion. Oh, so those were not wild goblins? They were inhabitants. If they hadn't attacked us, we'd have been spared their problems. We want to see what objects of use, forgotten by the dragons, they were to be retrieved. The cave has been in ruins for ages. What on earth could you hope to find there? And now you wish to accompany Amber beyond the mirrors? If you exhibit similar tact and forethought, we have no hope of being saved. Be nice to him. We found an egg. We did find these bracelets in the cave. They could be useful. We also found an egg. No doubt a dragon's egg. Yes, indeed, it is quite possibly a dragon's egg. But what in the name of Neptune can you do with it? The dragons disappeared eons ago, and I doubt you could even hatch it. Pray, don't discard it though. Who knows what mysteries you shall find beyond the mirrors. Okay. Very well, we shall keep it. Now you must find another companion, and I hope you find someone more useful. He's throwing some shade. If I remember things correctly, then you don't find out what Oberon and Asiel's relationship is until fairly late. We can select our aura now, and that gives us our first healing magic, and I think that's very useful. We have Healing Wave, which is party-wide, or Healing Light, which is an ally. I think that's gonna have to be good enough for now. And we don't have any more skill points. I think we get another more healingly companion later. And now I glow! Now I have an aura. And let's see here. I don't remember if I needed to. Yeah, I think I needed to fight some crabs here. Yeah, it's a bit weird with the relationship between all the creatures, because I just got told off for hurting the goblins, and now I'm here like, yeah, but I need to kill the crabs and they are standing right next to them, so obviously I'm gonna have to hurt them. I love the crane style magic. Let's just get rid of the crabs first. That was nice. That was a fairly strong critical. I don't think I can run away from them and still win, so to speak. I think that just respawns the crabs. And you know, maybe we are assholes. Maybe we're just going like, oh, them filthy goblins stealing our fish. Or maybe we're just doing it to piss off Oberon. I mean, I would ship pretty much anything in this game with pretty much anything actually, because it's really charming. It is so charming, and I think there was one character that I didn't love, and I think you get like 6 companions or something like that. So that's, to me, that's a very good good ratio. I think we need to go back in here to get the crab shell, or maybe no, we did get a crab shell already. So let's just get her bed. Here we are. Say, you again. Can I help you? We have a crab shell. I found what you wanted. One complete crab shell. It was quite a struggle to get it. I hope it's the right size. Oh, the size is perfect. It's a little smelly because it's so fresh, but I'm sure I can sort that out. To thank you for all the trouble you've gone to, take this crown. I have no use for it. I thank you. Headband of Fire. Let's see. It increases my fire spells. I don't have any, so that's not gonna be very helpful for me. Let's just keep going with iron. I don't think that you could use equipment on your bodies. I don't remember these guys. Lightning spirits. Well, they're just a bunch of bitches, aren't they? They are very, very pretty, I actually think. They're not... I like that they really are the type of fairy that is like an adult woman, but pinky sized. Oh, I am almost dead. Let's see if we can... Yeah, I would probably say that they're about the size of a flea. No, not a flea, a fly. Asiel, you are getting your Asiel kicked. I remember that the one thing I don't like about Asiel is that they're going with the compulsory heteronormative thing. That if you pick a male character, it's not Asiel anymore. It's his feminine equivalent, and that makes me a little bit sad. But I think that both characters are at least decently written, so it's not too bad. It's just, you know, it pushes you into the whole, you're a man, I'm a woman, need I say more? Yeah, he has a nice exposed chest. Sadly, the girl does not have that. But then she does have the skin tight outfit, the skin tight top that you also have. I think we can make this. There we go. We have some healing potions. I think it's up here that we meet our second companion. Here we go. Bert. My brothers do make me sore for choosing science over war. Pity me and help me save this life my kindred brutes do crave. He's so sad. He looks so sad he hasn't even noticed me. Yeah, I think we needed to do something else. I don't remember. I think we have to talk to someone and get some advice. Let's talk to our old friend here. Marcias. We need another companion, Marcias. Yeah, him having the bowl cuts is definitely a choice. We need a second companion to go with us. I don't suppose you change your mind? Nah, but I can think of someone. That brainbox Bert was just saying the other day how he had a desire to travel and see the world. Perhaps you could talk him into following you. Bert? Yeah, we just talked to him. Don't ask who he is. Bert is a troll, and a weird one at that. He's sort of an intellectual who always speaks in verse. He spent his life with his nose in a book. He even decided to write one himself about the Faery Kingdom. He's hanging around the mirrors right now. You should find him around there. Good, then maybe we finally can talk to him. Maybe we can cheer him up. We can fix him. Yeah, that's... There's Bert, funny old troll, spends all his days moping around the mirrors, dreaming. Can someone just talk to him? I feel like people are being unnecessarily mean. I must say I wasn't expecting a troll like that. Do you think he'll really be able to help us? His knowledge of the world is great. He could be a great asset in the future. He may not have the physique of a warrior, but he's still a troll. Look up, there are his brothers. And it doesn't look like they're coming over to bring him flowers. Let's go see. Leave me in peace, infuriating shrew. Is there no one who will come to my rescue? Still talking all that funny talk, eh? Your pretty book ain't so pretty now without its paper. Stop blathering and raise your dukes. What are you afraid of? Scared I'll knock you down with my little finger? William, your wager is a wager for fools. Your finger is not worth my quill. For the quill is mightier than the sword, and words they are mightier still. What are you talking about? I ain't got no sword. I don't need no sword, ain't that right, Tom? I ain't afraid of no quill. See what we did to your book? We're gonna do the same with your arms and legs. You won't feel so clever then, will you? Amber, we must intervene. Poor Bert is going to be torn limb from limb by his brothers. He doesn't stand a chance against those bugs. Yeah, I want to be mean to them. If we can romance Bert, I am definitely doing it, honestly. Yeah, people are just unnecessarily mean to poor Bert. And again, I can't really stand up on a high horse there, because I am also mean to people whose names include Bert. It's kind of my go-to. Okay, they have defense, so we should keep on using magic, I guess. There we go. I don't know if that was Tom or William, but either way, I'm glad they're gone. And Asiel is once again getting his ass kicked. I don't quite remember if you heal between battles. I think you do. So I don't think you have to worry too much about health. As long as you get through the battle, I think you're quite okay. And there is a cooldown to some attacks, so I can't just spam heal. There is another character that I know is romanceable, that I never romanced back then because I don't remember if you can pick the order of the world. But the way I picked it when I played back then, I always ended up recruiting him last. And by the time I met him, I already had a romance locked in. And I'd like to try romancing that guy. If Bert is not available. I mean, I think Bert is ROA's, so maybe he's just not interested in me. Your heroic and noble attitude deserves my total gratitude. Your righteous intervention brought me precious doom prevention, but sadly my precious collection has suffered my brother's vivisection. The monsters its pages have torn, tossing them to the wind, sea, and storm. Poor thing. How many are missing? 3 pages do lack from my ailing tome. One was caught in a harsh westerly, the second was sent where the wild wind blows. and the third was called by the roar of the sea. Okay, Westerly Sea. It's sometimes difficult to deal with characters who speak in verse because I can never tell if they are going for rhyme or rhythm. Yeah, I'm gonna help you. I don't want to tell him to find them himself. I want to help him. Yeah, it's kind of a big step up from attacking the local wildlife and shall we say mentally challenged locals. Oh, we can pick our lower wings now, which means that we could have, if we had to pick the dragonfly wings, we would have been able to get the inferno. I don't think that you could mix and match, but I don't actually remember. So now we can have a full butterfly wing. And then we get area of effect Nova. So that's lovely. Yes, this is what we're going. Look how pretty that is. And the upgrade after that for wings, I think, is the pattern. Ah, here we have the brothers again, I guess. Maybe Ariadne has something for us. Hello again, Amber. Can I help you in any way? I do have a few questions. Have you seen any missing pages? You haven't seen any pages torn from a book around here, have you? Sorry, I can't say I have. Well, that's... thanks anyway. You too, you bastards. Don't come meddling in troll business, you. Scram! Very well, I shall go. No, beat the crap out of them again. Let's see here. There was someone here I think I could talk to. No? Did he go away? Or am I at the wrong place? Here we are. Mustard seed. Have you seen in the pages? I'm looking for pages torn from a book. They must have flown by here. You haven't seen anything, have you? I reckon I did see something. A white thing. Flying it was. Some pixie snapped it up. I think she's headed up the tower. And then you seemed troubled earlier. You look troubled. What happened to you? There ain't nothing that get past you. It's them trolls. They've been bothering me. Them nasty bullies came and stole my seeds. Without my seeds I can't go a-planting. And if I can't go a-planting I don't get any eaten. Why are they so mean, and why don't you have eyes? Do you know which way they went? Perhaps we can catch them. I just flew past them. Oh, I don't dare run after them. They got a big mean streak. Reward? Perhaps you can do something for me in exchange if we confront them. We might have a deal. I got them potions, see, but they don't get used much, seeing as I'm not the adventurous type. Okay. Yeah, if Basiel's feminine equivalent is just L, and that's about as inventive as the French language. You guys, will you stop being me? Give back the seeds. Oh yeah? Fight sad planting, please. I mean, I obviously I want to fight them. Let's talk about planting. Listen, if you give his seeds back now, he'll plant them, and then soon he'll have new seeds, even more of them. It will be much more fun to steal them then. So you mean we have to be nice now, so we can be extra mean later? I don't want to enable them. I want to beat them up. Hand over the seeds. Come and get them, twerp. Very well. On guard. Yeah, I think this game is probably a bit too old to be woke enough to, if you're part of my expression. Yeah, back when it came out, I think it came out in 2010. And I think that Dragon Age Origins came out around the same time. And considering the controversies around 2 bisexual options in Dragon Age, a big AAA games, yeah, I think they just didn't have the courage. Yeah, Skyrim had same-sex options, but they were all they were all copy-paste basically. So the Skyrim marriage options were like they had about as much depth as a wet tissue, and didn't get interesting until the modders got to them. Yeah, Mass Effect was one of the... Oh, Asiel went belly up. That's not great. Do we have any... The animation elixir, thank you. Mass Effect was one of the first really big games, I think, that had... well, not one of the first, but... I don't know... I am old enough to remember a time when there was like... I think there was a little bit of gap in the gaming world, where at first female characters and gay options were like, yeah, it's okay, we can have them in there. And then there was a gap when it was suddenly, when games started getting big, when it was suddenly politics again, because everything becomes politics and it's about sexuality. So like, in the 90s it was just a given that you could have female characters to play with. And then later on it just became like, stop, you're hitting too hard, here's your seeds, take them. And then later on it's not until like these last few years that gay options and female characters became like the norm again. So I think Mass Effect was one of the first I saw that had like a gay character who wasn't, well, a queer character who wasn't just a stereotype. And Garrus was also my favorite. If you romanced anyone else but Garrus, then you missed out on the best part of the game, according to me. Let that be a lesson for you. Thieving isn't done for fun, you know. Alright, we got the seeds, and a bit of a tirade about romance options in games. I'm sorry I went off like that. Hey, you again. Anything I can do for ya? I retrieved your seeds. Here you go. Yeah, anytime someone says that the Asari in Mass Effect were non-binary or queer options, I get a little bit, you know, I remove the safety from my revolver. Because It's nice that they had the option, right? But let's not kid ourselves about what the Asari were or why they were. Alright, keep your hat on. These tower folk wouldn't trust their own mothers. Here you go, there's your potion for ya. Suits me fine, yeah. Anyway, let's see here, we did not get anything more to wear. I think she has one of the pages. That's good. The shell is perfect, but it does smell a bit fishy, so I'm trying to neutralize the odor. What can I do for you? Have you seen a page? You mean that scrap of paper lying around here? Yeah, I picked it up. Can I have it? It was torn from Bert's book, and he's desperate to get it back. The trouble is, I cut it up to make a new dress. Oh, come on! You're not even wearing it! You're wearing a leaf! You're killing it, by the way. It suits you very, very nicely. What am I going to do now? Bert refuses to accompany me if I don't return his book in one piece. I don't think the book is gonna be in one piece. I'm truly sorry. I didn't know it belonged to someone. I figured it was there. Someone must have discarded it. There may be some means of repairing it, but I don't know how. Well, anyway, here you go. Thanks. I must find a way to patch it together again, and it's said to speak to Arachne, so that's nice of them to give me the solution right away. Hello again, can I help you in any way? We have a torn page. Can you stitch it back together? Stitch a page? Why, child's play, my dear. Give it here. Will it take long? Not at all. Look, there we go. Oh, okay, the stitches are visible, but you can still see the words, and that's the main thing. Yeah, that's gonna have to be good enough. Seeing as you're going beyond the mirrors, may I ask a favor of you? A favor? I've heard tell of a wonderful weaver who inhabits the city of Mirages. I would like to work on a sample of her cloth. Can you bring me some to bring back me if you meet her? Sure. I'll try and find her when I go to the Scarab world. I shall bring you the cloth. Farewell. Yeah, she's very sweet. Yeah, like... On the subject of Asaris, my mind is still there. I just wish that we could have that, but with male characters for once. Well, male presenting characters. It would just be fun to get something made for the female gaze for once. I think we found... Oh! Shugfly! Oh my god, you're horrible and adorable. Hello, hello, a new face. I like to say a new face is as good as a holiday. So where did you pop up from? You didn't come from the same mirror that swallowed my cousin, did you? I'm trying to go for a fast little thing. I'm freshly awakened from stasis. I was enclosed in a crystal not far from here. Oh, it was you! Amazing! So tell me, just now, how do you feel now? Help. Fair to good, but what I need right now is some help. Be my guest. What can I do for you? If you could answer a few questions. I just need some pages. What do you want to know? I want to know about the pages. And I want to ask about your cousin. No, never seemed to like. Try talking to them two pixies. Always together they are. They spend their time playing about perhaps their eyeball your page thingies. Oh god, look at his hands. Those are... Yeah, those are things. Yeah, giggle, sorry, that's what I want. Giggle aliens in general. I saw a funny post once about how someone would like an inverse of the whole. The aliens are have gender dysmorphism, but one is a sexy human and one is a monster, and they would like the inverse of the usual stick, which is monster male and sexy woman female, and that was just Bishonen male and monster women, and it was just a picture of a Bishonen character going like, "Ah, don't worry, I have brought my beautiful sister to assuage your fears because I hear your people like women." And then there's just a 8-foot monster behind him. And let's ask about the cousin. You mentioned your cousin who left for another world. Have you any news for me? No, but seeing as we're on the subject, you wouldn't mind having a look for him, would you? You know, when you go mirror dumping? That is so good to hear from him. Even a postcard would do the trick. Okay, we can... I mean, I'm sure there's a family resemblance. Thank you, kind sir. You're 1 in a million. It breaks my heart not knowing what happened to him or whether he's even still alive. I did love him so. Ah, that's sweet. But please do not keep misgendering me. I am pleased to be of service. Farewell. That's the problem with the smaller indie games. There's way more mistakes than I would like there to be in the dialogue. Like, they really do assume you're going for something. I think this one has something to do with one of the pages. But let's ask these guys. Do you require assistance? Yes, please. Yeah, 8-foot monster girlfriend. I mean, what else could you want? Flying pages, have you seen any? I do believe I spied a seagull with a scrap of parchment in its beak. Perhaps that's a page you're after. Thanks, I just went past it. Here we are. There's the gull's nest. The page must be inside. 'Tis a pity the bird is asleep. Let's get closer. Let's sneak up on her. We don't want to upset anyone with a beak like that. Yeah, I think she's upset. It'll be hard not to ruffle her feathers. Her violence must mean she's brooding. Yeah, let's distract her. I don't wanna... She has enough difficulties. It's worth a try. Let's attempt to draw her out of her nest. With fish! We could place a fish over there where she can see it. She's sure to go for it, and when she does, we'll grab the page. Great idea, but where do we get the fish? Well, the fisherman, of course. Yeah, Asiel, you should be able to seduce it. Let's go talk to Braun. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if this was the case of playable females being added in afterwards. I mean, that's way too common with game development in general. So, we need a fish. I need a fish to attract a strigo. A fish? Unfortunately, I gave my last cash to the goblins in the dragon cave. Oh, come on! How many times am I going to have to inconvenience locals? And also I want to ask you about the pages, because I think you might have seen something. Stop being so close! You freak me out. Have you seen some pages torn from a book flying around here? I believe I did see something like a piece of paper fall into the water. It fell into the water? If I hovered over the sea, would I have a chance of retrieving it? I very much doubt it. It must have sunk by now. What you need is a mermaid. I have dreamed of the grotto where the mermaids sing. A mermaid? There's a mermaid nearby? Of course! Mana lives in the depths of the ocean surrounding the island. Oh, I do like to be beside the seaside. In the depths? And how can I find her if she lives in the depths? You must use the conch to summon her from the water. And where can I find a conch? Just on the wall there. I'll gladly lend it to you if you do me a little favor. Ah, of course you want something. Miserable little pixie spends her days torturing me. I think she's trying to drive me insane. I want you to teach her a lesson. I should get into a thick head that she shouldn't come bother me anymore. If you do, I'll gladly lend you the conch. I don't know what accent I'm going for. She never travels far. She must be hanging around my nets up to no good as usual. We'll find her and beat the crap out of her. No, I didn't mean to talk to you. Go away. Because the talk button is the click button. So if you accidentally click... Ooh, I created a diversion. Oh, I can steal the conch. But I didn't want to do that, I wanted to be nice. Ah, I wish there was a male mermaid, but sadly I do happen to know that it's a mermaid. Do I still... I created a diversion, but can I still fight the pixie? Because I don't want to be mean to Ron the Fisherman, because it scares me. Let's see here. He said it was where his nets are. Is that by the beach or is it... I'll have to ask him again actually, because I can't remember what he said. Oh, he doesn't have the option. Maybe I have to risk it. Maybe I have to risk, you know, his face becoming a sleep paralysis demon for me tonight. Let's just go for it. That's a rock, but I fear she will not come. She's a friend of the fisherman. She will have known we stolen the conch. Yeah. Perhaps she should have performed the fisherman's mission rather than steal his conch, but we have no choice now. I can apologize. Right, let's give it a blow. That's what she said. Why have you sounded a conch? You are not Bron the fisherman. Help or interesting. Yeah, Amber has turned to the dark side. I need your help. I'm a thief. I thought that must be why. How did you come by the conch? Let's just be sheepish and honest. At least you acknowledge your crime. Despite your appalling manners, I am prepared to help you. What is your desire? I just want a scrap of paper. I am looking for a page from a book. It was torn and thrown to the wind. It must have fallen into water and sunk to the ocean depth. Let me see. I'll return in a moment. Manon has real charm and such grace. I can be jealous or I can be neutral. Let's be neutral. Do you think it will take long? It won't be easy finding a piece of paper adrift in the sea. It is true, it isn't easy, but she has her way. Yeah, I do like the look of her. She fits the whole somewhat creepy atmosphere. And she found it. It's soaking wet, but the writing must seem to have resisted. It must have some sort of protection. That's good for Bert. Give me that conch. I shall return it to Bron the fisherman's nest. He'll be pleased to see it again. Yeah, please don't tell him I stole it. Because I am really scared of him. And now we needed this, right? Oh. The goblin formed a ring around that goblin, like they want to protect him. Looks like he's in trouble. But can we help him? Can we give him a potion? He's wounded, perhaps we should give him a potion. If he's suffering, it must be our doing. Yeah, we came in here and hurt everyone. Do we have any potion? We do have some. Let's offer him a potion. They are overjoyed. Look, they're offering us their fish. Perfect. We need a fish. I mean, look at them. I love them. Ah, let's give the fish to a seagull. Whee! And we needed to put the fish here somewhere, right? There we are. And now we just need a page. Now we have all 3 pages for Bert. A poor little sod. Have you news of my pages so dear? The end of the quest, is it near? We have the stitch pace. We had to ask our Arachne to stitch it back together. Sorry, I'm mumbling. Thank you from deep within my heart for this page and your tales so bold, being more than worthy of a place in my anthology of legends of old. Let's go with the soaked page. We have to steal a conch and call on Manon. Ah. Thank you from deep da 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 da. Yes, it's the same one. And the last page. Thank you, dear friends, word will ne'er suffice to speak of my gratitude, joy, and delight. Would I had laurels to crown your fair brows, to show the world with honor endowed, your place so deserved in the noble pantheon of probity, purity, and nobility is reserved. With this trio of pages my work is quite whole, so now I can follow you, come high water and hell. That doesn't feel like it rhymed. Oberon, let's go talk to Oberon. Alas, noble friends, my brothers return, with fury and wrath and resentment. They come once again to torture and bruise, for choosing not violence but science and presentment. But we found some little pigs to go reading with you. See, you haven't learned your lesson. This time you're going to regret you ever saw a piece of paper. You bring shame on the troll race. William, dear brothers, of my friends speak not ill, for infamy shall come back to haunt you with will. You who have made my life torment and hell, shall now lose your teeth and your fine looks as well. At last you're behaving like a troll. Let the troll rumpus commence. Yeah, attack! Hit him in the face with a book. And now we get Bert. Let's see here. Acid. Shoot them bastards. And that's me. And let's see here. Bert has rock magic, but I want him to hit his brother in the face. Oh, come on! There we go. Good boy. My guess that the reason he wears clothes is because he looks adorable. Maybe his brothers were like... Maybe he wears a piece. Maybe that's why he has hair and those two don't. Or maybe he just comes from a family of nudists. You know, I'm willing to accept that as headcanon, that these two are just embracing the au natural look. Okay, I love him. And he can take a punch better than most. Stop missing. William is surprisingly agile. Alright, we have weaker magic. I think Bert is the tank of the group. I don't actually remember. I don't think I used him much because I know which one my third member was. My fangs I must once more rejuvenate, for my life the did seek to exterminate. To the king let us forthwith away, our hearts lighter and brighter and gay. Gay confirmed. Finally. Bert is the queer representation we all deserved. Oh beautiful friend, full of solidarity, full of admiration and affinity, for your noble valiance in every event, let me offer you this modest present. I thank you. He is lovely, isn't he? Bracelets of water, that's nice. And that increases my water spells, of which I have none. So we're just gonna have to continue with the equipment I have. But now we should be able to tell Oberon to get the mirrors going. Yo, Obi. Well, well, Bert, so you are number 2. I do believe your knowledge of the fairy world will be of use in our quests. While I may lack bravery of other trolls' biology, by this quest through the mirrors I shall finish my anthology. But I find resource to aid despite its limitation, our worthy exploration and our kingdom's liberation. Don't talk so fast! Very good, but your openings still lack punch. So, all that remains for me to do is wish you the best of luck. Our fate is in your hands. Yes, farewell, let's go. Okay, we got a new metamorphosis. We can get tattoos on our legs, or we can get a tail. Let's check the... We have some extra chances, or we have evasion, and then we have some spells. We have increases. We have a cat tail. We can increase our chance of dodging, or we can use a scorpion tail. to fire poison darts. Ah, that's lovely actually. I kinda dig it. Let's go with the scorpion tail. I'm sorry, I know the cat is lovely, but that's a scorpion tail. I mean, look at that. I do like that. And we can only enter one world. And that is the tree. So let's just go in here, and we're gonna start here at least, but I think I will end the stream after that, because I'm getting a bit tired. I'm slurring a bit more than usual. But this has been very fun so far. We're at Yggdrasil now. Which is actually correctly portrayed as an ashen tree. Or is that an oak? No, I think it's an ash. Hello, hello! 3 fresh faces in Yggdrasil. You couldn't have chosen a worse moment to visit. Our tree is dying, you know? Slowly, painfully. Hello, I know, or farewell. Yeah, let's be nice. Hello, I am Amber, and my companions and myself have come to try and save Yggdrasil. We were sent by Oberon. Say, our old king has remembered we exist, has he? Well, I never. Let me introduce myself. I'm Puck the Fawn. If I can be of any use in your mission, just call my name. I think Puck is the guy who Oberon makes out with in one of the ballet renditions of A Midsummer's Dream. Tree's illness. Do you know what's killing the tree? Our old tree has been sick for quite a while now. I reckon it's because of the hornet's nest sitting atop its branches. Really? A hornet's nest really capable of such destruction? Oh yes, those evil beasties rip off leaves and use them to build their nest. It's huge now, and if they carry on like that, soon there won't be any leaves left. That feels a bit weird. The hornets. Clearly without leaves the tree would struggle to survive, but it's hard to believe that little hornets could endanger such a mighty structure as Yggdrasil. These are no ordinary hornets, oh no, I've never seen such big and utterly voracious swine in my life. Oh, they are so feisty, they'll attack anything that gets within whistling distance. Alright, let's chase them out. If we attack them, could we chase them out? We'll have to kill the queen to get rid of them, otherwise they won't budge an inch. There might be some other way around it though. Well, let's see what we have available. Well, I've given the matters a lot of thought and I found out hornets don't like smoke. If you manage to whip up some really foul-smelling, disgusting smoke and direct it towards the nest, I think they might head out. But only if you prefer a fight. Oh, I like your idea, but how can we make smoke so foul they will leave? A potion. You mix up a potion and then burn it. Sure as diddly they'll skedaddle. Try using pungents, toadstools, and animal dung, and rotten eggs too. That should do the trick. You'll have to find a cauldron to mix it all together though. I kinda wanna fight them though. I know that's probably the nice way to go with a potion. Well, let's try with a potion. There might be find such an ingredient. Yeah, and in this world you get 2 more companions. And this guy is one of them. And I love him. His name is Grim. What do you want? I don't have time. What's the problem? Can I help you? Do you know how to open traps, perchance? No. Well, try and make yourself useful. Find out how to open this thing. Alright. I'll set about it right away. Don't go anywhere. Look at the poor thing. He's gotten stuck. Let's help him and then we can stop for the day. Let's see. Oh, here's dung. We don't need that for the trap, but I do want to find some way of getting this thing. Oh, here's some termites. Okay. I didn't recognize them as termites first. Let's see, what's there? 50 with magic and 18 with spells. Without spells. So let's keep going there. But I think Bert has stronger physical attack, so we should probably just throw the book at him. There we go. There we go. Oh, come on. That's mean. Oh, that's pretty high damage, actually. That was 2 critical attacks and he did as much damage as Bert did. Bert confirmed OP. Asiel, you are dying, you poor sod. One thing I do wish we had was an ability to see like whose turn it is next. I feel that's something that would be very useful in a tactical game. Because right now I'm feeling like, do I have time to attack or do I need to heal as soon as possible? And it's not too bad. Oh, we got enchanted iron. Yeah, let's take that one. Let's see here. I don't remember if I need to do anything special first to get Grim. Here we have another copied model. Hello. Is this a bad time? I'm sorry, I fear I botched a rather delicate recipe and I'm all flabbergasted. Can I do something for you? Well, I was hoping you could help us. Now that my sauce is a complete failure, I suppose I do have time on my hands. How might I help you? Well, I have some questions. Do you think you can help us with the raccoon? Rocky Raccoon, yes. Grim's raccoon is caught in a giant wolf trap. You wouldn't know how to get him out? No, not the fair folk here have that kind of brawn. Try finding something to wear down the metal. Go see Elba the beekeeper. He's fond of all things metallic. Okay. Elba the beekeeper. I think he's... No. You scare me. You scare me a lot. I do like this too. It's so big, and it's a little red robin. That's so cute. Are you the beekeeper? No, you're Galadriel. Or whatever the hell that was. There's some... Are you the... Shugfly? You must be the cousin. But I am not interested in that just right now. Aha! Elba the beekeeper. Don't move around like that, you'll disturb the bees. You must be gentle with my bees. I have some questions I wish to ask you. I'm listening. Rocky Raccoon. Grim's friend, the raccoon, has been caught in a gigantic wolf trap. You don't know how to free it, do you? The trap will be too big for brute force to work. You should try and rust the metal at the joint to make it fall apart. One ancestral recipe for rust states that you should use the tears of someone who never cries. These tears are so acidic to corrode the metal in a twinkling. The tears of someone who never cries. I shall try that, however hard it may be. You wouldn't know where I might find such a rarity, would you? Alas, no, but if you ask the other inhabitants, perhaps they'll know. I think I remember this quest, and I remember that it had a nice little twist, if I remember correctly. And I think it's you I'm supposed to talk to. White. Hello, little one. Don't see many fresh faces in Yggdrasil. Welcome to you. I am White. How may I help you? I was sent to Oberon to try and stop the tree world's decline. I'm very brave of you. Not a mission. Not everyone's cup of tea, though. If I can be of use in your quest, it'll be a pleasure. I think it was this girl's sister I'm supposed to find. Tears. I'm to require the tears of someone who never cries. Do you know where I might find such a person? My sister. No mistake, she hates everyone, and I do believe she has never ever shed a single tear. Her house is up there where the branches part. She might not answer you because she does enjoy her solitude. You're going to need a silver tongue. Yeah, I'll go. Oh yeah, Bert is probably flying through sheer force of knowledge. Or, you know, he's not wearing any pants. I'll leave the rest unsaid. Let's just say there's acceleration going on. And where the branches part? There's a lot of branches and they're all parting somewhere. Is this it? Ooh, clothing of electricity. Yeah, we're gonna need this. A nice blue dress. I am so not color matched. Is this where she lives, or is it? Is it here? Clear off, you filthy buzzing thing! Filthy. I'm not filthy at all, and I'm not a buzzy thing. Come out. No, if I close my door it's because I want to, alright? I can't stand the sight of your half-wit mugs, and I hate the way you smell of roses. Leave me alone, buzz off! Okay, let's tell her a story. I have a story to tell you. I'm sure you will like it. A story? It better be good, or else I'll send you flying into the middle of next week. Okay. I assure you won't be disappointed. Right, what's the story you want to tell me? So we need to make her cry. Make yourself comfortable and I shall begin. Hurry up, I can't stand around all day waiting. So there's a starving orphan. Once upon a time there was a starving orphan who lived with his cruel stepmother. Brilliant! Love it! What happens to him? Does he choke on a chunk of stale bread? I hope so. I don't think that's gonna make you cry. No, you were brilliant. Got any more like that? So in a faraway land... Yeah, so what? A poor dying soldier was waiting to die without seeing his children again. Ah! Serves him right! Okay, let's try this again. No, you're brilliant. So, in a wondrous land... What, Poppycock? That's terrible beginning. Wondrous land? Positively loathsome. A land without war, where peace reigned, and people loved each other as brothers, and no one had heard of war. Stuff and nonsense. What a terrible story. Whatever goes on inside your head? Prince and Princess. Once upon a time in a wondrous land lived a beautiful princess who fell madly in love with a handsome prince. They married and had many children. Oh, Grot, where are the evil stepsisters, the witches, the dragons and the black magicians? What a massacre! You ruined everything in that beautiful story. I'll have you, knave, you scoundrel, you abomination! Wonderful. Thank you for these tears, so sincere. They will be useful to me. I do love that. And now I can rust the hinges of this thing. So, Blue Bottle, have you found someone? Behold that poor Rocky Raccoon. How can a heart not bleed to hear such plaintive moaning, for crying out loud? You got some tears. I have red tears. All we need to do is pour them on the trap. They'll soon rust the metal up. Give me them, so I can quickly pour them up. Great Scott, get a move on! Honestly, you got to do everything for yourself around here. There you go. I hope it works. Now maybe poor Rocky does not have to look so pitiful. At last, Rocky Raccoon is free! Hooray! I am pleased he's not hurt. So anyway, what are you doing around this part? You didn't come to us to say Rocky Raccoon, did ya? Not specifically. We came to investigate the decline of Yggdrasil. And you think you can save the tree, hmm? She's in a fine old state, she is. We shall do everything in our power to save her. You're going to need a little helping hand. It ain't going to be easy. Can I get your help? Right. First I must attend to Rocky Raccoon. I'll go wait for you by the mirror. Don't hang around, eh, scamp? Okay, head to the portal. I'll meet you there. There we go. And we can get another metamorphosis. We can have the projectiles. We can have resistance to magic or physical resistance. I think we want some power. And now I think we can put Grim in our party. Hello, friend of nature. Follow me. You have two companions in tow, so I shall take someone's place. I hope we don't have to fight with animals or insects. Okay, shall we go? Replace Asiel, because we are not leaving Bert behind. And I'm so sorry, but we are going to fight insects. So yeah, I think that's gonna be it for today, because I'm getting a bit unfocused, I think. But we got our lovely team of sexy boys. And that's gonna have to be enough for now. I love that Grim is the processing icon. So yeah, thank you so much. Thank you for staying with me, and I hope you had a great time. I know I did. It was really fun to have you here. And I hope you have a continued lovely night. Thank you.